Welcome to Wiser with Your Health. I'm glad you could join me today. I thought today would be a good day to share my past experiences, kind of let you know who I am, where I'm headed, and that way I could hopefully be some inspiration to some of you all who struggle with the same things that I do. So I named this channel Wiser with Health because the older that I have gotten, I've come to a point in my life where, to me, it is very important to finish out the rest of my days. I'm 49 years old. I will be 50 coming up within the next month. So I'm looking now. When you're younger, you don't look at those things. But when you get older, you think about the amount of time that you have left. And I'm going to be 50 years old. I'm a husband. I'm a father of 6 children. And it's really on my mind now to really think about where I'm heading with my life. You know, I've made it this far. I'm gonna give you just a little bit about myself. Prior law enforcement officers, everything that you may have cracked jokes about police officers, that's what I was. I ate donuts. I rode around in the car. You know, for a while that was okay. And then over a period of time, guess what happened? Intaking all that food, and then riding around all day, I began to blow up. As a matter of fact, I put on a lot of weight. And so through my life, that has been a constant struggle for me. And as a matter of fact, I have to be honest with you. I don't know if, I never thought that I could make it even this far. You know, you hear about people having heart attacks and kidney problems and all those things that affect those who are obese. And I just thought that probably one day one of those things was probably going to end my life. But the Most High, who I am a believer in, I believe He has gotten me this far for a reason. I believe that He put me with the wife that I have today for a reason. And I believe that it helped save me to this point because of my let's just say my lack of control when it comes to food. So now I'm having to learn a new way of life, and it's quite challenging. I never thought that I could conquer being overweight. I never thought that it was going to be something that I could see myself in the future. I would have visions of myself looking like I lost weight. I could see myself muscular. But in reality, I was fooling myself. And so I had to come to grips that I had a problem. As a matter of fact, I had to come to grips that I actually had an eating problem. And so once I realized that, I had to find a way to get some help. So I met a friend, and you know, these are people who believe in the Most High as well. And he started telling me about a book, and he actually wrote the book. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show the book at some point, but he actually wrote a book about wisdom. And I started looking at the scriptures that was given, and a lot of them came from the Proverbs and the Apocrypha. Now, I knew that people would say that they could, that they had this big life-changing experience and they lost all their weight. And for me, that never was so. I've loved the Most High all my life, but I still couldn't control this God in my stomach. And I started reading this book and started looking at some of the scripture, and it started blowing me away. I started seeing things like life and death. You know, whichever I put my hand to, that I will receive. And I started really contemplating on that, and it started making a big difference in my life. It's about wisdom. So I'm 49 years old, going on 50, and I felt it's time for me to get some wisdom. And I hope that the information that I'm going to be sharing with you all in the coming videos will really help you. Now, I've looked at all kind of diets before, and a lot of them worked, but they weren't sustainable. It couldn't sustain my way of life, and it didn't seem to be something that I could hold on to. So I had to have a heart change. And so when I started reading this book, I started getting a little wisdom from it. It started making me really think about myself, my relationship to the Most High, and how I was letting the God of my stomach control me. And I had to make a decision whether I was going to listen to the God of my stomach or listen to the Mighty One of Israel. So I chose to listen to the wisdom of the Mighty One of Israel versus listening to the God of my stomach. And it has done a mind change. It has done a heart change in my life. Now, I want to make sure that I'm able to spend the last years that I have on this earth with my children and especially my wife. So it has really shown me how selfish I am and how selfish I have been, only thinking about me and not putting my wife and my children before me. If I died, I would be leaving my wife, I'd be leaving my children, all because of my sin. And how could I go and meet the Most High? How could I go meet him and tell him that I loved him when he would see in me that I was controlled by my stomach? And I just know that that won't work. So he has given me some keys through wisdom to change my life. So I'm inviting you to go on my journey. I'm just going to be upfront with you. I laugh, I grin, I can't help it. And this is me. This is who I am. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to be no serious monotone person because I don't act like that. So please join me on my journey. I want you to see exactly what I go through. I want you to see my struggles. I want you to see when I try to work out. I want you to see some of the foods that I'm eating now. My life, I can say, has truly been changed. I'm starting to lose weight now. So I know that these scriptures, these wisdom verses that I'm reading have altered my life and has changed my life. And listen, you can do the same thing. Never let Satan tell you that you can't do something, because I'm living proof that you can. My whole mindset has been changed because of the word of the Most High. I know some people go off of their own self-control and change their lives, but that didn't work for me. I had to understand my relationship with the one who created my body. And I had to realize that I'm destroying my temple. So how do I go before him on judgment? And I've listened to my body. I've done what it said. I've fed it everything that it's asked me to feed it. I've done everything that it said. But I didn't listen to him when it comes to my health. I didn't listen to him when it came to taking care of myself. And so I think that I'm just going to stroll into the kingdom and he's got my back. I'm coming in. The Messiah, he's going to be there and say, come on in. No, I followed another one. And that other one was called my stomach. So join me in my journey. I hope to inspire you. I hope to give you hope that you can lose the weight, that you can get that health back. Your body, all the aches and the pains that we have, it'll go away. And I just want to show you, I want to be an example before you to help you feel encouraged, to add some value to your life. And I just want to make sure that I'm being all that I can be to help you. Please come and join me in all of my other videos that I'm going to put out, Wiser with Your Health.